watching at home. So we're going to keep the good times a rolling here. Looks with Pharaoh going up against Karflo. So
yeah, you see respectively the 2nd and the 6th seed of this tournament. So we have Cloud from New York and Pharaoh defending the state of New Jersey.
Yep, gonna be a fun one here. Again, it's gonna be Cloud versus Yoshi, a matchup that historically was not great for Yoshi. Cloud having those huge hitboxes, able to fight air to air with Yoshi very, very nicely. That was then, and this is now. I think it's a little bit, it's not as bad as it once was, back in Smash 4, but, still that's nothing to scoff at here if you're Pharaoh. Now Cloud has Limit on deck, so definitely gonna have to be on red alert.
I do think that one of the things that is going to be a disadvantage for Karflo potentially is Pharaoh having a whole lot of spike options for someone, especially with a linear recovery such as Cloud. And that is exactly what Pharaoh is going to be leading with in a pretty quick stock there against Karflo.
All right, going to get back to the ledge here. And again, recovering without Limit in this matchup could be an X factor here. If you're Pharaoh, you want to try to take advantage of those low recoveries from Cloud wherever you can. But Karflo trying to get back into the thick of things here. Goes for the up throw. Limit is about 3/4 of the way there, so potentially could have that on deck. But Pharaoh, once again, going back to work here with these vertical combos.
Yeah, looks like he wants to snuff that out as fast as possible. That Cloud back air not going to be enough, but it is going to put Pharaoh at full rage. However, that coming out from Cloud pretty defensively is going to be a stock on the board for Karflo.
Oh, but here we go. Gonna very cleverly place the egg there, and again, having to recover, a little bit lower than you would like with Cloud. You're not always guaranteed to get that ledge back. Karflo trying to find some respite here, able to, land with the hitbox, and the cross slash is gonna buy him a little bit of time here.
Yeah, some cross slash now with Limit back online. You can see Karflo has Yoshi a bit at a disadvantage. Pharaoh seems to be jumping in order to try to find something sitting in shield, but it is going to be Karflo who's able to get some of the first damage. A lot of air dodges coming out from Pharaoh, unfortunately, putting himself in prime position to be attacked by Karflo. Gonna get that grab and actually sending him way off stage. The egg coming out as well in order to try to get Karflo's momentum disrupted, but it's actually gonna be the down B there that solidifies that stock for Pharaoh.
Pharaoh now in the driver's seat here, goes for that back throw to once again set up the offstage scenario. Karflo able to swing his way, back to center stage here. And now just trying to get some percentage on the ground here. And here we go. This is where Pharaoh has been very effective so far today in these vertical combo starters.
For sure, being able to start with the down air into the up airs and just continuing this chain. Karflo able to reverse the situation, but not without a lot of damage on board, especially on his last stock. Going for the Cloud back air, trying to get the cross slash, but not able to break Pharaoh's shield just yet. And that up is going to be what does it. However, Pharaoh coming back in and knowing that he has an entire stock worth of percentage to work with before this game could be his. Karflo trying to play patiently here as he's trying to get sent all the way to the other side, and it is going to be Pharaoh who takes game number 1.
Yeah, great stuff right there from Pharaoh. Again, real good ebb and flow to that match, but able to come out on top when it counts. So let's see what Karflo can do to rebound here. Again, just trying to fight air to air with Yoshi is so pesky sometimes. Applying some great pressure there, as we saw, as that up smash catches that air dodge nicely. But again, the air to air game from Yoshi just so strong. Being able to apply so much pressure in the corner, and a great read right there. If we're gonna go to Final Destination, gonna change of clothes here, Pearl. See if that indeed makes a difference here for Cloud.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to, it was Karflo's stage pick here, but going between this, it looks like Pharaoh's going to be the one who sent off stage first. Coming back with the egg lay and the up B here from Karflo, able to send Pharaoh off stage yet again, and now he has Pharaoh on the back foot.
Yeah, again, Final Destination, nowhere to hide. It's going to be very, very easy for, Cloud to juggle Yoshi, but also vice versa. Both these characters excel very well in vertical combo games. You see Karflo trying to push the envelope there for an edge guard, but forced and able to do so, you're just going to be forced to burn your limit on recovery.
Yeah, you can see see here Karflo just sort of trying to jump around Pharaoh, and Pharaoh going to try to go for that up air combo as he's known for, but Karflo able to reverse the situation pretty quickly. Pharaoh trying to go for a down tilt of his own, but actually going to be snuffed out by Karflo pretty quickly and losing the first stock of the game.
Yep, and a very comfortable lead here for Karflo. Again, basically, essentially has Pharaoh lapped a percent right now. Gets the empty hop grab and has limit on deck. Can we force the burn it soon, though? We're nearing the end of that clock.
Yeah, trying to get that while Pharaoh sits in shield. However, Pharaoh off stage coming back with the nair, trying to get something going for himself with the down tilt, or at ledge, coming back with the down air now. Karflo trying to get the up B there, and Pharaoh actually sitting in shield for long enough to not get hit with it. Karflo coming back to the center of the stage, able to get the nair against Pharaoh and just sort of keeping him on his back foot as he's constantly off stage. Coming back yet again, able to get the egg lay. But that is going to be the stock, going to Pharaoh pretty quick, not quickly enough if it's what he wants. However, you can see Karflo just sort of trying to continue on with his damage.
Yep, has generated a pretty decent lead here. It's just a matter of being able to close out that stock. Again, Yoshi's a very awkward character to try to engage with sometimes. You see Karflo using a steady diet of nair, of back air, trying to keep Yoshi at bay. That forward air will now set up the edge guard here, but still just not quite enough.
Especially with Pharaoh at full rage, Karflo needs to do something as quickly as he can in order to not have this exacerbated even further. Opting to sit in shield against the egg lay, now coming back up to recover against the stage. Coming out with the nair, Pharaoh now has Karflo on the back foot, but able to utilize the side B and able to get that back air as well to take yet another stock.
Right now on the lead here, but a little bit closer than last time, already in triple digits, so that's something that Pharaoh can't make up with some well-timed edge guards. And again, gonna have to be very careful here with limit on deck. Gonna be forced to burn it on the blade beam as Pharaoh now has center stage as Karflo trying to fight his way back in.
For sure, and actually that up air is going to seal out the stock pretty quickly. Only 41% on Pharaoh right now, so this is not a situation that he can't reverse. Karflo, you can see getting grabbed and sent all the way to the other side, coming back in with the fair, trying to get some damage on Pharaoh, able to get the cross slash. However, you can see he's just sort of put on the back foot, even so, because he's running away and still getting caught into this up air nair combo by Pharaoh.
Ooh, okay, keeping it very close here. Gets the grab, goes for the back throw. Just trying to find that killing blow. Good to get it, but that's going to get punished by the back air. So now Pharaoh going to be forced to get back to the ledge here.
Yeah, able to jump right above the cross slash from Karflo. However, standing in shield, and it is not going to be the cloud dash attack just yet. Pharaoh off stage yet again versus Karflo, who is sitting in shield, and then it is going to be the cloud back air to take a game on the board for Karflo.
Yeah, great stuff there from Karflo. Again, able to keep the pressure on the ledge up very nicely. Again, FD doing what FD does, doesn't really give you anywhere to hide. It makes a lot of characters a little bit more vulnerable and creative in how they get back to safe places in neutral. And Karflo is just, again, in the right place at the right time. That backer perfectly placed to punish that neutral B.
You were saying earlier that back air has been nerfed pretty significantly, although I have seen a whole lot of it coming out from Karflo because it's still a pretty good move.
Yeah, it's like Michael Jordan after he played baseball. Like, still pretty effective, but just not, not quite what he used to be, but can still drop 30 on you at any given time, so.
Coming back into center stage, it looks like it was Yoshi who was able to do pretty quick damage here on Karflo. Pharaoh not able to get the fair just yet, but the cross slash coming out from Karflo, able to send Pharaoh off stage for a bit. Coming back to center of the stage, underneath these platforms on the small battlefield, able to get some damage and actually charging limit on the upper platform while Pharaoh is recovering. Pretty smart from Karflo, able to try to get as much limit online as he can.
Yeah, and once again, that low recovery, as I was talking about in the first game here at Pearl, when you're Cloud forced to recover that low without limit, your chances of getting back to the ledge are slim to none. So a great start there for Pharaoh.
For sure, Pharaoh absolutely knowing how to pressure that recovery from Karflo. Coming back out to center the stage, able to charge some limit while Pharaoh is off stage, exactly what he wants to do. Going to get hit with the egg lay for a bit, and the down air coming out from Pharaoh, able to convert that into some up airs and putting some pretty significant damage here on Karflo. But it is going to be the up B with the limit coming out from Karflo to take that stock.
Yeah, that climb hazard is going to send Yoshi to the brink, but again, 92% on the tab. It's going to be a decent bit here for Karflo to make up, but good reverse there from Pharaoh. Once again, keeping Cloud at the ledge.
Especially when he is sent off stage, being forced to air dodge in that instance to recover. Then the down B coming out from Pharaoh, however, not going to get the stock just yet. Limit online now for Karflo, able to get the cross slash, and now trying to get an edge guard situation. Fair up B. Pharaoh going to fall right out of that. Not able to get the cross slash, but it's going to be the fair from Pharaoh to take that stock.
All right, excellent stuff right there from Pharaoh. Good parry. Not going to be able to get the extended combo started. And a good upbeat from Karflo just to kind of break up the pace here. But again, things are kind of shifting in Pharaoh's momentum here. If Karflo can take the stock, relatively soon, it'll be a game here. And there we go. That'll do it. The cross slash will clean up what's left of that second stock there, Pearl.
For sure, and he's able to charge up some limit pretty quickly as Pharaoh is coming back to the platforms. Going to be a whole lot of damage on Karflo right now, though. Air dodging in order to come back and try to save himself some of this damage against Pharaoh. Pharaoh trying to go for this up air combo. The limit coming out now from Karflo, though, as he's trying to get something started. The down B not enough to take the stock just yet. Karflo jumping underneath these platforms, and Pharaoh trying to meet him where he is. The cross slash with the limit coming out, but not enough significant damage on Pharaoh. And it is actually going to be the end of that set. What a clutch way to end it, too.
Yeah, that is a clutch back air there from Pharaoh to close that one out. And again, a real hard-fought set between these two and a very awkward matchup on both sides. It will end with Pharaoh punching his ticket into winners finals here at Fusion 263. Let's take a look at some of the fun highlights here. Again, that jab and a down smash in that first game was so sick.
For sure, coming back into this highlight, you can see the different ways that both of them were able to punish each other. You can see the shield here coming out from Pharaoh and the down tilt, and then actually it was Karflo who was able to get the up smash in that scenario.
Yep, there you take a look at the second game here where FD was able to get its do its job here. Again, exposing both players in how they choose to land aggressively or not. Again, a steady diet of back airs and up airs. Really effective in this matchup.
Yeah, so hearing the next character selections that we have coming up, I am just going to check the bracket pretty quickly to see who
Looks like we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get Beast and Zamba for what it sounds like.
Yeah, so we've actually moved on to top 8. So yeah, so Beast and Zamba, this is yet another match with which we are familiar. Both of them being pretty long-standing players in their respective regions, and then Zamba being a pretty frequent invader of tournaments in Philly as well. So both of them coming out to Fusion. Definitely something to see, and for sure both of them training hard for Collision.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, these two are no strangers to facing each other. Like we mentioned, the tried and true matchup of Rob versus what I am going to assume to be Pokemon trainer from Beast, who's been one of the Philadelphia area's best players for quite some time. So definitely could see this one going either way here, Pearl. It's going to be a real fun one.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Beast was ranked 4th in the most recent Philly PR, but he has been Philly PR for longer than I will be able to look up at this current moment.
For a long time. He's been it's like a refrigerator in an apartment. He's just kind of been there for forever. So, he's always been synonymous as one of the best players in that area. Might have some down periods for his standards, but, is always someone who is usually consistently in the top echelon of that Philadelphia area PR. And with the character that you're